REC002A PN LJ ICE Ben Fund LCJ 28th of November 2023. Visitors Report. This note concerns my visit to Ms. PN of London N5 on the 27th of November 2023. It follows my receipt of a copy of part of Ms. N's application to the for assistance from the ICE Ben Fund on Thursday, 23rd of November, and my phone call to arrange the visit, my phone call to Ms. N the following day to arrange the visit. Ms. N lives in a first floor, one bedroom flat in a pleasant street, tree-lined street in North London, consisting mainly of early Victorian 4 to 5 story terraced houses. She has a lodger, a male friend of her brother's, who sleeps on a futon in the living room. He pays no rent, but with his pension, his old age pension, he helps out with day-to-day living expenses, utility bills, council tax, and food bills. Stop. Ms. N and her lodger appear to have no other source of income but his pension, which she supplements by the occasional sale of furnishings from the house, mainly carpets and furniture. Ms. N is Iranian of Kurdish extraction, but is a British citizen. She has family who live nearby, but her immediate family, her mother, brother, and I believe a sister, who still live in Iran. Her brother cares for her, who is the co-owner of the flat, but doesn't pay anything towards its upkeep or funding. Cares for Ms. N's immediate family in Iran and visits London once every 2 years or so. Stop. The flat is elegant, simply furnished. Ms. N has no other source of income, as far as I can see, other than what she gets from the occasional sale of her possessions, and the contribution her lodger makes to the housekeeping. She has only recently applied for universal credit, job seekers allowance and employment allowance. She owes about £8,500 to friends and family, although not pressing for repayment, are clearly looking to being repaid at some stage in the future. The flat is worth about £480,000. She, open brackets, and her brother, close brackets, have about £190 to pay on the mortgage, which she has up to now paid on an interest-only basis at a rate of £1,450 per month on a variable mortgage basis. Because of her illness, Mazen does not feel confident in taking on civil engineering work of any. Mazen, who is a graduate of the Institution of Civil Engineers and a member of the Institute of Highways and Transportation, does not feel confident in taking on the responsibility of civil engineering work because of her illness. But she feels that with some retraining she could take on some training, bracket 6 months or so, taking on a job involving skilled handiwork like needlework or embroidery. Prior to the pandemic lockdown, the business was taking in about £80,000 a year, from which she was spending about £2,000 a month, putting by the remainder for savings and a pension. All these savings have now been exhausted. When her brother is staying, he and her lodger sleep in the living room. Mazen became very upset when she was talking about her financial position and the change in her circumstances. There is no doubt that she is in immediate need of financial help. Brackets, her mortgage of £1,450 is due to be paid on the 2nd of December, close brackets, of about £2,000. And clearly, until she is in receipt of state benefit, this need will continue. End of note.